This week on 3D Archery, we're going to talk about archery wisdom. I'm going to show you 3 things I found to be true, and 3 not so much. Hey everybody, welcome to 3D Archery. Greg here. Alright, we're out here today, the Waddell Wildlife Refuge, home of Artec's 3D Archery course. Now, shameless plug, it is without a doubt the best 3D archery course in Louisiana. And how I'd say that? I'll back it up with a money back guarantee. If you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. But since it doesn't cost anything to shoot here, don't have to give you nothing back. Alright, enough of that. So, archery wisdom. We all heard it. People tell you, and there's sayings they say over and over. You know, this or that, you know, all different ones. Are they true? Do they work? Are they full of it? Well, I've been shooting for a while now. Seriously shooting, I mean. And I found some to be true, some not so true. We're going to come today because the ones that I found to be true, man, they are big. Alright? So, we take the course, we'll walk, shoot, and I'm going to cover 3 of each. Alright. Let's hope I don't lose too many arrows today. Alright everybody, the first one is real simple. Comes from Rick Welch, who's a very, very good traditional archer and an instinctive shooter. In fact, he had won the IBO Worlds shooting instinctive. Pretty good thing when you're shooting against guys with string walking and all that stuff. Now Rick is a really good archer. He's out of Arkansas and he has a school that he runs on his own. You go to his house, he'll teach you everything from setting your bow up all the way through shooting process and everything. And everybody that comes out of that school has gotten better. So that says something about it. And what he always says is just hold for a second. And the reason you hold is to take it in. Let your mind absorb everything going on. And the longer you give your mind, the more it's going to block out the unnecessary things and the more you'll be able to focus on what's important. Alright? Now if you're a snap shooter, you're going to say, well, I snap shoot. I can't help you. I would say to really try this because the guy is a big time hunter, target archer, and everything. And he shoots instinctive. Alright? So the first one that I found to be true is hold for a second. So I got a turkey out here. It looks about 15 to 16 yards. Let's see if I can practice what I preach. Not bad, a little high, but I would take it. And that's all it is. You don't have to hold that long. I didn't hold that long, right? Because it felt good and I knew things were good. So try it again. I'm going to try to hold a little longer. Because some people say the longer you hold, the worse it gets. It does. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't have your shot cycle down. I set my shoulder, my wrist, roll my scapula. Even better shot, right? And I held. Once I got there, I knew what was important. My mind took it in, it felt everything was right, and then I just executed my shot cycle. So there's the first one by Rick Welch. Thank you, Rick. The next one comes from Joel Turner, guy who made it Shot IQ. Great shot, fantastic system, and the personal opinion, but to me, target panic comes down from a lack of mental control of your shot cycle. There's something in there, something with your process that you know is not right, but you don't know how to fix it, you don't know how to handle it or do anything with it. And his system, it can help you with it. And it'll help you understand what's going on. You know, when you can understand what's going on, you're much more comfortable with it and you can deal with it. All right? So his big one that he always says is, after you take the shot, ask yourself, what were you thinking? Now, he's changed it because thinking and thoughts are 2 different things, right? But I'm going to stick with the original one, thinking. When you're at full draw, there's a lot of thoughts going through your head, right? And you're trying to block them out and all this. Don't block them out, embrace them. That is your body. That is your subconscious trying to tell you something. Right? And if you pay attention to it, you're going to see a pattern. And that pattern is going to tell you what you need to correct. Now, I picked one of my hardest shots that I have. That is a quartered bore at over 20 yards. All right, let me take my rangefinder to make sure. 23 yards, right? I really am horrible at quartered shots. I overthink them or something. Don't know what it is. But we're going to shoot at it. And after each one, I'm going to talk about what I was thinking. I am a huge proponent of calmness, and Japanese, Japanese sword, they used to call it mushin. Everybody calls it empty mind. That's the literal translation, but it's not. What it means is serenity. You see everything, but you focus on nothing. You take it all in, right? So when you take everything in, your mind's not running 100 miles per hour. So what really helps me to do that is focusing on my shot cycle, my setups beforehand. I have different checks, which I'll try to do. So it's 23 yards. At 25, I'm at a 4, so I'm going to shoot it at a 4. So I set my hook, set my grip. Those are so common, I don't even really think about it. This is when I think. I'm going to get my shoulder, drop my shoulders. Front shoulder, lock it in. Squeeze it in. Cock my wrist so I can't draw back. Rotate my scapula, and as I rotate, push with the front hand. And there we go. Not bad shot. What was I thinking? I was thinking I felt no pressure, which means I wasn't fighting the bow, which means I got the scapula around. So it wasn't a thought, it was a feeling. All right, so let's see if I can duplicate it. Looks like a 4 is a good crawl. Hook, grip. Shoulders are set. Lock the front, cock the wrist, roll the scapula back. All right. Too much thought on aiming. I was like, gee, I don't think that's right. I need to move it over. So that all that is telling me that I'm unsure of where I need to be. Let's see if we can work it out. There you go, not bad. I try to make an adjustment. Let's see what this arrow does. There we go. So, what was I thinking on that one? I quit worrying about aiming. The other's eye's aiming. See? That's what taught me. I don't have to consciously think about aiming. When I thought about aiming, it took off from the other stuff. I put my eye where I had it. Joel has another saying, see it to keep it. I saw it, I kept it, and both went right where I wanted. So that, for me, is what I got to work on, to quit consciously aiming so much, overthinking the shot, and just work your process. So there you have it. Great example, and thank you, Joel Turner, for that one. All right, our final one, number 3, that I found to be true. The third one comes from Byron Ferguson, the traditional archer, hunter, trick shot artist extraordinaire. And he said something made so much sense. He said, when people ask him, how can you hit an aspirin out of the air? And he said, well, the center of that aspirin is the exact same size as the center of a basketball. All right, it depends on what your definition of center is, and I know we can nitpick it, but it's a fantastic concept, and it really helps your mental game, especially on this one. People hate this target because why? It's small. Yep, it is small. But the 10 ring on that's the same size as the 10 ring on a raccoon and many others, right? You're not shooting the animal, I'm shooting for that 10 ring. So that is what I'm worried about. I don't go up there and go, oh, small target. No. I think about what I need to do. The center of that target's the center of any other target. I don't worry about the other stuff. Now, I'm going to shoot this and I'm going to pick this up at another target because this one, the second one, really brings the whole thing home. So I'm going to set up and let me take a shot at this one. Alright, so here it is. I'm shooting from the trad stake. Right, bare bow's a little farther back, not much. Alright, unfortunately this is between my two crawls, so I'm going to do a 6. That's for 15. We'll see. Let's see what happens. I'll probably shoot a little high. Alright, apply my rules. Beautiful shot. Now, first 3 rules, remember? 1, hold for a second. Did I? Yes. 2, I'm going to ask myself, what was I thinking? I was thinking, not much. I was thinking it's in line. All right, I might be a little bit high, I thought, but my body felt good. I cleared it and focused on trying to execute a clean release. And then finally, 3rd, I knew I wasn't shooting at the animal. I was shooting at the center of it. Didn't hit it though, did I? But I still made a decent shot. All right, let's set up the other one because this one I love. This one really gets into people's head. All right, I'm here at the one I was talking about. Perfect example. You have to shoot between these 2 trees and hit the targets. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 different hits where people hit the tree. And it gets it in their head. Oh, I got to shoot between those 2. It don't matter. The center of that target is the same size. You're not trying to shoot between the trees. I'm trying to hit the center of that target. All right? So let's see if an old man with gray hair and a big pot belly can actually do what he preaches. This is what I see. There it is. See that? Center of that target is wide open. And that is what I'm shooting for. I'm not worried about all that. See? I didn't care about those 2 branches. I just focused on what was important. Which totally leads me into the first one that I found not to be true. If your arrows are hitting left or right, it means your arrows are too weak or too stiff. It's not always true. Every one that I did there was me. That was me doing something different and doing something wrong, right? It wasn't the arrows being too stiff or too weak. It was me. And that's what I found. So when people tell you, you say, oh, I'm shooting to the right, shooting to the left, whatever you might be doing. And I see people on Facebook, oh, your arrows, you got to get... How do you know that? You didn't see them shoot. They could have like a bad pluck. They could be collapsing. So before you go changing your spines of your arrows, check yourself out, right? Make sure it's all done and down. So that's the first one. Just because you're hitting left and right doesn't mean your arrows are too stiff and too weak. If you got a good tune and you're shooting nice tight groups, yeah. But for the rest of us, nah. The next one I found not to be true was you have to cut your arrows. I was always brought up, what's your draw length? 1/2 inch in front so the broadhead doesn't pinch your fingers, all this other stuff. No, I went to shooting nothing but full length arrows. I tune everything so I don't have to cut them. Yeah, a little more work, but it also helps with gap shooting, and even if you shoot instinctive it helps, because the longer arrow, you're going to see more of it and it'll help your mind figure it out. So cutting your arrows, you don't have to. Can you? Yes. Should you? It's up to you. But do you? No. All right, so that's a big one. Another one that really changed things for me. And we got a coyote. Ooh, I think I shot him a little low. And the final one caused a lot of controversy, but this one is only true in context. And that is, you have to tune your arrows. No, you don't. Calm down. Don't stop tightening. When you first start, tuning arrows will do you no good. Why? Because you don't have a repeatable shot cycle. So your arrows are not giving you true readings. Once you get consistent and you can start grouping pretty good, that's when you tune. I've seen too many people try to tune within a week or two of shooting, and they end up, because their form gets better, now their tune changes and they gotta buy new arrows. So look, when you're first starting, don't worry about tuning your arrows. Go by the book, get something in the right range, and you'll be okay. You'll know when it's time to start tuning, all right? You're gonna know, and that's it. So I got one last target here. He's out there a wee bit, 21 yards. Whoops. Let's see how we do. 21, crawl a 6. I think I might have clipped, the 10 actually goes outside the insert, but I'll take it. All right, everybody, there you have it. 3 ones that I found to be very true, and 3 not so much. You know what, let me know what you think in the comments. What did you find true? Do you agree, disagree, whatever? But the more we can share, the better we'll all get. All right, everybody, I have a website called 3darchery.net, and at that website you can find all types of things from public ranges, 3D archery courses, tournaments, organizing bodies, festivals, and so much more at 3darchery.net. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time with an all-new episode, 3D Archery.